Testing. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. I am glad that all you wonderful people could join me this evening. I apologize for the tardiness. I guess it's looking all right. I was having some issues. It's still a little fuzzy with this camera, um, but we'll fix it as we go along, or tomorrow, or whatever. It shouldn't be too bad tonight, hopefully. But again, welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the internet, and the reason why the Den is the best conversation on the internet is because of all of you wonderful people who show up whenever the Den is live. I don't even know when we're live anymore, but now all you wonderful people. And like I said, we're gonna get back on the regular schedule. I had planned for 9. Like I said, just been having some last minute just scheduling, but we should be at 9 for the rest of this week. For those of you who fuck with Salt Sports, we should be back in action. Hopefully tomorrow. And but again, I'm your host, Ed Honcho. It is an honor, it is a privilege, and most of all, it is my pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys. And it's good to see you. I'm still kind of getting back into the rhythm, but I'm feeling much better. Like last week, I'm not gonna lie, it was just like it was kind of like preseason, you know, trying to get back to the regularly scheduled programming, and I'm feeling like we're in the groove now. So we'll see who we have joining us this evening. Now we're going to talk about Zion, Zaya, one of whatever Wade's kids it is. Is there a Zaires? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Go tell it on the mountain. Mount Zion is going to mean something completely different in about 8 years. Anyway, ooh, too soon. I shouldn't have said that. But anyway. Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's see what we got joining us this evening, man. Early birds, I got I got Miss Bell, Jason S. John from Ed Y. Cultured, M. Grace Kagan. Always good to see the Graces. How are you, lovely ladies, this evening? 335 in the building. Heidi, Lady L. Slick Whips, Sweetberry. Miss the wonderful, lovely Miss Just Sarah, and he won't pass. I have for the early birds, and I'm going to get those pistachios together, and I'm going to get everybody who is in the Discord. I will be getting I'll be getting your Discord pistachios, which I promised before I went on my hiatus. I'll be checking that either tonight or in the morning. And if your name is different in the Discord than it is, some of you already know, if it is different in the Discord than it is on the channel, let me know so I can make sure I get you your pistachios. But let me see who else. I see Eastside Herald in the building. Heidi, it's always her birthday. Sometimes, maybe never. You can't spell Latinas without stopping. That's funny. Eastside Herald. Let me see. Dita Gamma. What's the motherfucking deal? I look like Miss Universe. Miss Universe wish she looked as good as I did. But that was funny. I saw that story. Prepaid. You change your mind. Shout out to Prepaid. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Shonda Tony, what's the motherfucking deal? How are you this evening? Let me see. DeMarkey. I just like literally answered it like 2 minutes ago, DeMarkey. See, if your ass wasn't always late, then you'd have heard it. So, yeah, you know. Yeah, hopefully, if that's the case, hopefully it's a much shorter sentence, if that's going to be the case, because the New Testament is significantly shorter. See, that's that little shit right there I'm talking about, because it's a different camera and the lighting is it's making it look different. It's making it look real different. Like I said, I got to figure that out. I don't like it. I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know if it's because I'm scooting up or if I'm sitting back. If I need to sit further back, I don't know. See, yeah, it looks crazy. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I don't like it. Whatever it is. Born to Love. What's the motherfucking deal? But let's get into it, man. So, Rockzilla, what's the motherfucking deal? So let's talk about it, right? This shit is pissing me off. Like I said, this is what I was tweaking with because I don't know. Like I said, the settings are weird, they're different, and I got to use some other stuff. So we'll figure it all out. But you know, pardon me for now. But no, the hair is not cut. The hair is not cut. It's all still there. It's just put up. Um, so other than that, this shit is really annoying because now it's acting all super crazy. Like it's like I don't know. I don't know. It's bothering me. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about Zaya.
Just Sarah donated $5 through Super Chat. $5 donation challenge. Celebratory hands in the air. Celebratory hands in the air. Celebratory hands in the air. You will be eligible for $100 thanks from the DEN.
Appreciate the love, just Sarah. I don't know about the terms and conditions of that sweepstake, but yeah, we'll we'll have to look into that. You have to write in for the rules and everything. I heard about that, but I didn't see fully what it was. But I know they caught a couple of them, didn't they, John? If I'm not mistaken. But so here's my thing, right? And again, I'm not even super into the story because I did a video a long time ago about Zion going to the gay pride parade, and I thought that was unacceptable because people can sit here and say whatever. When you're making certain comparisons, I don't think they translate because it's super funny because people will say, "Oh, you have an issue with him going to a gay pride parade, but you wouldn't have a problem with him going to a strip club." And it's like that doesn't make any sense. So you're already talking about you're basically already proving the point that if you're comparing a gay pride parade to a strip club, well, what does that say about gay pride, right? What does that say about these pride parades? So it kind of proves my point in that aspect. But anyway, that happened a while back, and I guess we've taken it a step further, and now it's no longer Zion or whichever it's Zebra, whatever his name is, and now it's Zaya, but I don't know. And that's my thing, right, John? Who go like I would absolutely have a problem with a fucking kid going to a strip club. Like none of it. Like I'm not like none of this shit makes any fucking sense. This shit is pissing me off. Like I say, I don't know. I gotta figure it all out. What's going on here? It's just all bothersome. I don't know if the light. I'm gonna start fucking with this shit. But I'm gonna start getting up and tweaking shit because it's gonna bug the fuck out of me. But so my thing is just like it's really it's like I don't know, it's bugging me anyway. But my thing is just like it doesn't make any sense to even make that comparison. So that tells you what's going on with these pride parades or whatever anyway. But now he identifies as a girl, and D Wade is all in on the bandwagon. I do personally believe that has a significant impact from the Gabrielle Marie Lovely. What's the motherfucking deal? Barbara Ebron, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad you could join us this evening. And so my thing is just like, if this is what the kid wanted to do, whatever. But just the fact that you went and you just put this big, it's almost like a production. You've gone on and done interviews and you're making these announcements and you're taking you're just doing all of these things that really I find are unnecessary. Like, why is it necessary to have like a big fucking, like a celebration damn near almost? Well, my kid feels like he was born as something else. He felt like he was a her. Okay, if that's what it is and it's supposed to be natural and it's supposed to be all this stuff, then why isn't it what it is? Why should there even be a big deal? Stephanie Paul, what's the motherfucking deal? Craig Baker, what's the motherfucking deal? Baker Man in the building. So, again, Zach, I do believe it's about a lot of tension. And I think, cause what's the older one? What's the one that actually plays basketball? You got that one. Then you got this one who does nothing, right? Like he does nothing. And so you got a celebrity dad who's a world class basketball player. You have a celebrity stepmom who has been in multiple movies, TV shows, whatever. I guess had some hits and stuff. You got an older brother who, was on his way to being, I guess, a pretty good basketball player. Um, but then you got this one kid that does nothing, right? Zaire's the older one. Okay, wanted to make sure. So then you got the one kid that does nothing. Well, I don't really do anything. Nobody's paying any attention to me. Um, how do I get on blast? How do I get to be famous too, right? Um, well, what's everybody else doing to make get a lot of attention? What is everybody else doing to, you know, um, end up in the tabloids or have people paying attention to them? Because you got to realize, like, I don't know. I've never experienced that. I would almost think it's kind of like middle child syndrome. Even though I don't think that he's a middle child. But again, he does have D Wade does have the outside baby. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but nobody's paying attention to me. I don't really do anything. I don't really have this star talent. I'm just kind of here. Well, what is the easiest thing to do these days that will get you that will get you, you know, paid attention to? We've seen it time and time again. Such and such is transitioning, or this is coming out the closet, or whatever else it may be. In here, I don't know what the kid feels. I just think, when we glorify these things, it's only encouraging kids who I believe may just be awkward, who just may not have found themselves, and you're kind of encouraging them one way, like, because the human mind is a powerful thing, right? It can make you believe a lot of stuff. It can make you great. It can make you weak. I was learning. I can't remember the damn term for it, but it was talking about they call it give upitis, but it's another term for it, like a actual term. And it was telling that basically, like, there were certain situations when people basically give up on life. They could be fine in every other aspect. They can die, like, within, like, they have like a way of telling with like 72 hours of when somebody's gonna clock out, because they'll give up on life and their body will give up on them, right? And so, oh man, let's not even get on the drag queens thing, but we probably will. But so, the mind can make you believe a lot of stuff. But when you reinforce and you encourage people for certain behaviors that may not even be in their best interest, right? You know, the mind plays tricks on you, and then you start believing, you start buying it. This must be what it is. This must be, everybody's telling me this. Everybody's, saying this, that, and the third, or or you start having these thoughts, and nobody's there to help you understand or correct or whatever it may be. You know, and some people say, well, you shouldn't say correct, Honcho. That's not right. That's not PC. Well, hey, when has it then been PC? So I don't know about that. Anybody who may be kind of new and joining us, welcome to the den. But the fuck, Heidi. But like I said, I'm not gonna take a whole lot of time talking, man. We are going to get it up. Did I say that? But we are going to, get the line open here shortly, so you guys can call in, share your thoughts. Um, my deal is this, right? My deal is this. Um, I don't know. I think the support is questionable. Because, like, here's my thing, right? Because I think the trans thing is much different than the gay thing, right? And maybe like, because we've talked about this before, like with that I personally believe that the LGBT thing should be separated. The individual representations should be from. They're not all. You're not all looking for the same thing. Um, and so it would be one thing saying, okay, he's gay, whatever. Who cares, right? Like, it's Hollywood, or it's like nobody cares. But the new thing is, you see the little trans 3 and 4 year olds and all this other stuff like that. Now that gets you attention. That generates a lot of attention and all of that stuff. So that's where I start questioning what's going on, you know. Um, and in the words of the famous philosopher, Le Bousset, don't cut his dick off, man. Oh man, but let's give me just a second, man. Let's get the line open. We're gonna take some calls. We'll know what you guys think, and I'm sure a lot of you may have kept up with the story a bit more because he actually did some interview when I was still on my little staycation while a lot of this was going on. I think he did an interview on Ellen or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I definitely missed that. I don't think they have Ellen on Telemundo, so I was denied the opportunity to see such a wonderful interview. But hey, it is what it is. We'll catch up now. I don't want to do that. Make sure while I'm getting this all set up. Make sure. uh, make sure that you are a part of the Discord because after every live episode now we get in the Discord, we chop it up, we discuss some of the things that were discussed. Then Big M comes in and talks shit about everybody, and we all have a laugh. And some of us say you probably shouldn't have said that, and we go on about our day. But it's all good. Nothing but love in the Discord. All right. Let me put the number up. I guess let me put my trusty headphones on. And let's have some good conversation, y'all. That's kind of what I've that's kind of what I see. It's on the outside looking in. It just seems like there's a lot of a lack of harmony within the community itself. But I mean, that's the black community as a whole anyway. And I'm sure there's other communities like that. But I blame that on. I get it, the whole intersectionality thing, but I think when you try to find too many reasons to divide one another for whatever reasons, it makes it much more difficult to really truly come together. But like I said, me personally, I believe that the gays and the trans community are completely different. Like I think they're completely different. So I am not liked very well by the trans community. I didn't do anything but report on a story I heard, and I gave my opinions, and I got called a lot of names, and so it is what it is. But the line is open, you know. Oh man, give it. What's today? The 9th. Give it back. Oh, son of a bitch! I fucking forgot I reset the shit. I gotta cut all that noise off.
Hello?
What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
How you doing? This is Slick Whip Honcho.
Hello, Miss Slickwips. How are you this evening?
I'm fine. You look so good with your hair pulled back. I thought you cut it all off.
No, cut it off. Not yet, at least. I got a little bit left in me to let it grow for a little bit while. But no. But how are you, Miss Slickwips? How do you feel about the whole thing with D Wade's child?
Well, okay, so I'm a mother first. Really, I honestly, what you do in your household with your family is really your business. I don't, I'm personally not going to help your son through a surgery to make him a female. I'm not going to do that. So I just think there's some things you don't need to tell everybody unless you're trying to pimp your child out to make some money. So I look at it as you trying to make a black Caitlyn Jenner or Caitlyn. Am I saying her name right? I think so. Just some things just need to stay in the household. Okay, so your son wants to be a girl. Fine, that's your family business. You don't need to tell the whole world. Why? Why is it so important that everybody needs to know? And the good thing is he's young enough to get his penis cut off, and it won't take so long in healing. So that's the good part.
Oh, that's terrible. It's the
But
worst thing I've ever heard in my life. It's the worst.
well, I don't have a penis, but if you're going to get it cut, you might as well get it cut when you're young, so the healing process will be faster. That's all I'm saying. And I just think they need to keep that shit in the house. That's bottom line. You
Mm.
know, everybody don't need to know what your family's doing unless we're contributing to the surgery. You know, we gonna be cooking them noodles and sending them some food. What? Why are they telling everybody? We don't need to know. So that's all I'm saying.
That is painful. That was a very painful thing to listen to right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen. That's just like it's not a simple surgery, so I'm not gonna say it's like being circumcised, but it's a complicated surgery, and it's gonna take you a long time to heal. I've seen this surgery. Who child? I wouldn't want anybody to do it, but hey, it's not my lifestyle. But I just really think they should have kept it to themselves. We didn't need to know that. We're not paying child support. We're not sending you food stamps. We're not doing any of that. So just keep it to yourself. They didn't need to tell us. Like, why? What are we going to do? We're not contributing to anything, so why?
But I mean, that's the Hollywood thing. The Hollywood way is to make sure the whole world knows what you're doing, so that they.
So they pimping their child out
Yes.
publicly so they can make him get a job now. So what? Like, I don't understand. I think they're just using this for like a storyline to get a reality show so he could be like Jazz on TLC. Or is that TLC? I think. Whatever the movie channel is. Just Jazz, is that what they want to do? Start a new reality show? I'm not watching.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm not watching. So, but you have a nice night, and I'm glad to see you guys in the chat. So I'm just jump back in the chat.
All right. Well, it's good to hear from you, Miss Slick Whips, and thank you. Well, fine, and just hang up on me. Ah, damn, I gotta cut this fucking line. I hate that shit. That's the whole. Anyway, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
Hey, it's Belle. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Miss Bell. How are you this evening?
I'm getting better day by day.
Yeah, you sound much better.
The one thing that I think the kids should be in therapy, but what I have a problem with the parents is, you know, there are privacy laws put into place for a reason, and some of that is actually to protect children from public perception of what's going on with their medical stuff. So why are these parents putting their kids' stuff out in the street like that?
For the attention.
Yeah, that's just so wrong. Now, the other thing I heard is that Bruce Jenner will never completely go through with the surgery. So doesn't that just make them a cross-dresser rather than transgender if they've decided that they're never going to go through with it, but they dress as a female?
That's kind of, I would think, I guess that's how, like...
Zaya Sweewie donated $5. Static
Well,
connection interrupted.
yeah, I guess it's a whole ball of wax, but it's a true statement. He said that she would never go through, but identifies as female. Well, my question is how the fuck can you identify with something that you're not?
That's a good question.
You can have compassion for it, you can have understanding for it, but how can you truly identify it if you don't have that particular lack of apparatus or apparatus?
Oh, man. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, you know...
It's an honest question.
Here's my deal, though, when it comes to the women thing. Like, you can't... Well, one, you can do all the things, and you can look, and you can... But you'll never really go through the things that women go through. You'll never be able to birth a child. You'll never... Even though I've heard they've been doing some things like... testing like I want to say like pig uterus or whatever, something like female people. They're trying to find ways that they can make it happen, which I find to be abominable, an abomination, whatever the word. But it's like, but you'll never have the monthly visitors. You'll never have the cramps and to go through all the pain that women have to go through. And you want to claim the title.
On the reverse side of that, Honcho, women never have to go through a prostate exam, and they don't have to worry about slinging it down there when they get older. So, I mean, there are some things to appreciate not having saggy sack. But,
oh.
well, you know, when it gets older, gravity takes place. But my point is that you can have appreciation for it, but unless you're actually in that situation, you don't really know. You know, and I never presume to know what it's like with men on certain things. I mean, yeah, you can guess what it's like to piss in the snow, but can you do it as a female? Not so much. It doesn't come out as good. But the thing is that if you're never going to have the surgery, how can you actually identify with the sex that you want to become?
Oh, man. That's
to me, that becomes a mental health issue, and not, yes, it's a sexual identity, but that's also a mental health issue. And that's more of a private thing than really a public issue.
And I agree. And like I said, with me, with the child being so young, like, there's no need. But then we live in this day and age where everything needs to be public information. But what
True.
I think people expect is that the whole public should just agree with them. And then when they get this backlash or when people are not, then all of a sudden it's a problem with the people. Instead of saying, hey, you got a 11, 12-year-old kid who has not, or probably barely been early in puberty stages, prepubescent, whatever you call it, things can change. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
Come on, kids. Like, come on. I mean, nobody, we were not making the most reasonable decisions at 11, 12-year-old. I think probably most of us made worse decisions at 15, 16-year-old as we got older into being teens. And then, you know, eventually you start finding your way and things like that. So to sit here and tell me a 12-year-old knows exactly what they want, to me, this is exploitation. They're looking for, like I say, you got two careers that are kind of fading. We already had the situation with Gabrielle Union on the America's Got Talent thing, I think, and then her getting kicked off that show. So, you know, my deal is like, I look at it like this, that I think you got two people who are, like I say, losing their careers and they need something to keep that family name going. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some money behind it. Again, hey, you see all these other kids, the little cross-dressing kids getting shows and all this other shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking at it like that. Or I mean, I don't know. Maybe he truly, genuinely loves his son and or daughter or whatever it is now, and he's promoting that. But I think there's some type of exploitation going on. It seems like ever since Gabrielle Union got in the picture, that it's been some weird shit going on.
I will say this. I mean, I find it more of a parent prostituting their child's mental health issue than had they gone through the community and let it come out naturally through the community rather than them going out and self-promoting it.
Yes.
That's where I find there to be a difference. There are a lot of celebrities that have health issues, mental health issues, but it comes out through the community that they've been working in for years, rather than just being on board and, you know, well, my kid's going to become this, that, and the other thing. The one thing that I pray and hope that they do not allow this child to do chemical hormones until that child turns 18 and can make their own decision. Because the body still hasn't stopped growing until at least 19 or 20. And I mean, I'm going back a generation or two from some of y'all young ones, and that's what they used to call the college experience. Part of that, some of those people in college did their experimenting there. I mean, I'm sure it happened younger. I'm sure it happened older. And there were some people that probably knew from a very young age. But the thing is that a person's sexuality is a private business. And that's what I get frustrated with is I don't have a problem with anybody who is LBGT, who is straight, gay, whatever. But your sexuality is a personal thing, not a public agenda. That's the only issue I have. And I understand that people can get treated differently. Well, hell, any different person can have prejudice marked against them for multiple or singular reasons on many levels. You can be too poor. You can be too rich. You could be not the right color. You could be not the right size. You could be not the right height. I mean, but when it comes to somebody's sexuality, that is it should be a private matter. And this is one of the problems with everybody being so sensitive. There's not a lot of healthy boundaries with this stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's annoying as fuck. Because sometimes people just got to keep their mouth shut about whatever's in their pants. Good, bad, or indifferent. And that's kind of all I got on that. You got anything else?
No, I don't think I have anything to add to that. I don't think I do.
All right. Well, I'm good for the night. I'm getting better every day, and I'm glad everybody's asked. And what happened last night, by the way? You just running late?
What was last night? Sunday? Like I said, I was going to try to do something. I ended up getting in quite late yesterday. This because I was going to do a makeup den for the one I missed early in the week, and then like I said, this weekend's been sketchy to say the least. So I've been kind of all over. I've been making laps around the city of Houston the last few days.
Yeah. Well, shit happens. You know, you're just getting your legs back out of the water and back on dry land. So we hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Well, as you know, as
all
I
right.
love to say, the class is in session. The bell has rung. Miss Bell, it is good to hear from you. Like I say, you sounding better every time you call in. So, maybe keep calling and maybe keep getting better.
All right. Good night,
Right,
Honcho.
you have a good evening.
You too.
All right, hold on. Wow, there we go. All right. Good job, Larry. All right. I gotta tweak this, see what's going on with the lights and this. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But yeah, but here's my thing. Like I said, I think the biggest deal about it, we're in a day and age where this is not new. People are doing the whole swap it out thing. The things are becoming more acceptable in society's eyes. But to me, y'all know my biggest thing is the kids. Like when people impact children's lives, when children, they don't know anything. Of course, 10, 11, 12, you think you know everything. You think you don't know shit. But because you're starting to starting to understand a little bit here, a little bit there, you kind of got like some of us had, I was a smart ass when I was a kid, but I thought I knew everything. But, when your parents don't correct you, and again, I'm not even going to get into the political aspect of it, but when you try to let your kid just be this independent being without saying, hey, look, this is kind of how the world works. This is how life goes. Give them guidance to help them become a better individual instead of just letting them do whatever they think. Or they see this stuff on television. They see these other people getting attention for that and all that other stuff, and they just think it's cool. And then now they start believing they need to do this and do that. I think my thing is just too young. I think it needs to be a limit of 18 years old. I think that, like with the little kids, like we remember the story. Damn it, why did I just cut the fucking ring off? Why is it still fucking ringing? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Hello, Miss Lady. How are you this evening?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. Damn, I can barely hear you. Hold on.
Let me check mine.
All right, hello?
Yes, okay. Is that better on my end?
I don't know. It must be me. I don't know. My shit's fucking up, I guess. I don't want to get any louder. Okay. So, what I wanted to say about the subject is, okay, granted, some stuff I agree, should definitely not be for the public eye, especially on such a young age. And not even just that, because again, there's so many different opinions
Mm.
about, situations like that. Only person that can really say, how they feel and blah 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 is the person themselves.
Mm.
And I can agree and say that even a child at 5 years old, and I say this because I know,
Mm.
but even at 5 years old, they can determine what they like and stuff like that on their own accord without it being um, projected to them.
Mm.
Okay. And the reason why I say this is because, as everybody knows, okay, I'm white, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So,
What? What?
but um, but I'm talking about even in elementary school,
Mm.
okay? When I first came across, different types of children and, different ethnicities and everything like that, I have to honestly say, even in kindergarten now, when I got introduced to all this, I have always had a thing for black boys. It's always been there. If that was just my attraction, that is what I liked. First time I seen it, that's what I wanted, and that's just what it was. That's what I thought was good to me.
Mm.
Okay. And I mean, yeah, it might sound wrong because I was, 5 years old or whatever the case may be, but I'm just saying that is just what I like. That's what I was drawn to.
Mm.
So who's to really say that if you a little boy that you drawn to other little boys, or that you're a girl and you're drawn to other little girls? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I kind of had the same thing. I was drawn to little girls a little bit. That's kind of what I like, but of course, I just like the boys better. So, I mean, it just was what it was. It was no influence or anybody telling me, oh, this is how it should be, and oh, you shouldn't be with no black boy, or anything like that, or you should just be with, whatever, whatever. It was what it was. This is what I liked, and that's from kindergarten.
Mm.
It's
So,
just always been that way.
so, I
Can
have
I
a,
explain it fully?
so my thing
No,
is,
it just is what it is.
so in kindergarten, was kindergarten the first time that you were introduced to black people? Period.
I mean, pretty much, because I was in Germany,
Yes.
okay? So the only um, different cultures and stuff like that was introduced through, because of people in the army.
Mm.
And I did go to American schools, so yeah, I was, on base all the time. So that's where the different cultures and stuff like that come from,
Mm.
because there's really not that many back then, not unless they were like Jamaican or something like that that actually lived under the, in Germany like that. And then it was mainly GIs, you know what I'm saying? So it's not, and now you have a lot of mixed race there now. But yeah, it was the first time that I was introduced to it was at school, pretty much.
Okay. So, do you think that the fact that it was something new, maybe caught your attention and made it intriguing, and maybe you were curious about this new thing, and so that curiosity led to a level of fascination?
Eh, I don't know, because it just always stuck though. I mean, it's not like, like I said, I stayed in American schools, so that was always around me. So why did I stick with it? Because that's what I like.
Okay.
That's just what it was. I mean, like I said, it ain't no different than me looking at a female back then and saying, "Oh wow, she's pretty," you know what I'm saying, and felt a different type of way about it without, in a gay way. Like, I call it what it is. I mean, that's what the fuck it was.
Hmm. That's
I mean, it don't matter how old you are. You're gonna think about some kind of attraction or whatever the case may be. I I mean, there's nobody that can tell me that you never crushed on somebody at such and such age when you were
But
younger or
okay,
that you didn't even think about it. I
but
mean,
here
there's
here's here,
something there.
but here's why I think it's different though. Okay, and it's not even about him being gay. You know, that is what it is. Whatever, you know. Like I say, because somebody brought out a point. I think in the video I said when I did it, I was like, say, you know, at that age, I knew I liked little girls. So hey, well, maybe you can't tell. You might like other little boys, whatever. Fine. But the thing is, the wanting to change your entire sex. To me, that's different than just being attracted to a same sex or opposite sex situation. Wanting to change who
And
you
that
are
part I agree
physically.
with. Yeah, and I agree with that. I feel like they should at least wait until they're 18
Mm.
when they have more of a grown mentality where they can actually really make that decision. You know what I'm saying? And as an adult, you know what I'm saying? I feel like yeah, you might think you know. Well, I wouldn't even say think. You may know who you are, you know what I'm saying, at 10, 5, 6, 7, whatever. You may know, you know what I'm saying, that that's what you are supposed to be and whatever. But I honestly feel like to go to that drastic measure, I feel like that, yes, they should wait until they are considered an adult at 18 years old.
Mm.
And I do believe that. As far as everything else, I mean, because I've even seen on there, you know how some parents, they let their children, if it's a little boy and he dresses up like a girl and stuff like that.
Hi there.
I mean, like I said, with just me knowing how I felt and stuff like that, how I couldn't deny that. I mean, it's society, that and religious beliefs, and stuff like that that makes it so wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, why do we have freedom of speech? Everybody's unique, everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? So why not let them be different in their way? And if that's what they choose to do, if that's what they want, and that's how they feel. Because some people, I mean, watching some of these stories, they really feel that way, that that's what they are supposed to be, and don't know how to act any different. You know, I'm not saying okay, well, okay, lady, well, you sound black like hell, so is that what you're supposed to be? No, that's not what I'm saying. It is what it is. I mean,
So have you ever thought of identifying as transracial? You know, Rachel Dolezal did it, and you know she wants to support you. Have you ever considered doing that?
if now what?
No, I'm fucking with you. Don't
Oh,
listen,
you
man.
was trying to say if I wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, is that what you were trying to say now?
Well,
As
no, I
if
would
I
never.
wanted to change my race or
No,
whatever?
I would never say something like that. That that's
Oh my
that's
God.
exactly what I
No,
said.
I
Yes.
wouldn't. I
Okay.
am happy with what I am. Okay, I am what I am. Either you love it or you hate it. You kiss
Okay.
my ass or you can love me. I don't care. It is what it is. Because you're
Interesting.
always going to have that, no matter who you are, no matter what type of person you are. You could be the most religious person in the world. You could be the most godly person in the world. You could be what I'm saying, the most nicest person in the motherfucking world. But guess what? Somebody is not going to fucking like you.
This is true.
Somebody is not going to agree with you. It's always somebody that's different than you. And that's just what the world is. Everybody is different. Everybody is not the same. Just because you have some of the same beliefs or some, just remember that. Some of. They're not always going to have everything you have. Never. It's just not going to happen. It don't matter whether your family, your mama, the one that raised you, the one that birthed you, it doesn't matter. She's not always going to agree or believe the same things or feel the same things you feel.
Well,
It it is what it is. So I don't think it's, like I said, that's our opinion. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's right or wrong, there's just really no telling. But like I said, I do believe, yes, that they should at least wait until they're 18 to make that full decision when they've lived some life, when they see how it is, you know what I'm saying? Even though, God, I know it's going to be hard for them, and I feel sorry. I feel sorry that they're in a society that judges so much, You know what I'm saying? But they are going to have to go through it if that's what they want to do, and that's sad. You know, just being a different color, you go through that, and that's sad. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That dramatic, yeah. I guess I should wait though, just to stay on conversation. I mean, it is what it is.
Okay. Well, I agree. Like I say, if you're gonna, put restrictions on all these other things that are, cause temporary issues, you're talking alcohol, you're talking about like cigarettes and things like that. I think that it should be a restriction on something permanent, uh, like hormone blockers and surgeries and things of that nature. Let them be an adult to have to consent to that shit. Some states won't even let even when the
Right.
parents consent, won't let you get piercings and tattoos and shit. So we're gonna go just deconstruct and
Exactly.
reconstruct, and that's okay. That's why I say we're definitely in a confused society right now.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
And that I agree on. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
other than that, I ain't got no bad talkings about anybody as far as that goes. You know, I mean, society and people change so much throughout these years. It's crazy. It is so crazy. But again, it is what it is. Who are we to judge? Honestly,
Who are we to judge? Oh, I'm here for
who are we to judge?
I'm here for all the judging. See, because as I was doing some reading, like I told you when I was on my little staycation for a little bit, and everybody loves to use the judge not unless you be judged thing, right? But there's like a whole book called Judges, but there's a scripture that basically that talks about that that you are supposed to judge the small stuff. So I can't remember it. I'll go back and find it one of these days. I'm being a little lazy right now, but yes. So yeah, I'm judging. At first I was like, yeah, I don't want to judge. I don't want to be. I'm judging the shit. After I read it, I'm like, oh shit, everybody getting judged now. I don't give a shit. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody can get it now.
But is that judging or opinion?
Uh, um, I'm being judgmental in my opinions.
Doesn't that kind of make it? Oh, okay.
So
I mean, is there really a difference between judging and opinion?
that's all I'm about to say. I don't know. It depends. Like, but if you support them and I mean,
Oh,
it just depends. So, I mean, if you have a positive opinion, people that's considered support. If you have a negative opinion, people will say that you're judging. So, you know,
right.
yeah. So,
We'll just leave it at that. That's fine.
yeah, we'll rock with it like that. So, I'm judging everything,
Right.
but I said, okay,
Anywho, I am at work, so um,
all right. Make sure you got your
it's
mask
gonna be
on,
my call.
uh, and
Uh,
be safe out there.
all right, you know it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you
All
calling.
right, y'all have a good night. Stay blessed. I love y'all, and I see you. But
Okay.
anyway, all right, then.
All right, Miss Lady, listen,
Y'all have a
appreciate you.
good night.
All right, you too.
You know. Bye.
All right. Let's see if I got the right thing open here so it ain't ringing. Okay. Hopefully, this thing will not be ringing like it was. Crazy. Because I hate that. So, my thing is, again, at this point in this day and age, like, I mean, I don't care. Like, as long as it don't impact me, I really don't give a shit. But it's something that's being talked about. So, the dead. And here's something I've come to realize in the dead. There'll be times that I would avoid certain topics, and stuff, but I've realized a lot. Like I say, this that time off to think about a lot of shit has helped me come to a lot of thoughts, right? So, yeah, I don't even know how that sounded. But this is the den. And in the den, we talk about everything. So I'm going to make sure that we touch on a lot more. We're going to open up the variety of conversation that we have here because there's a lot of things. Like I say, a lot of the entertainment shit. I try to stray away from. Every now and then it'll be a stupid ass conversation that I know everybody's talking about. So I got to chase a little bit of clout, but we're gonna start talking a lot more about everything. So because it's not about me. Again, the den is not about me. It is about you guys and the conversations that y'all want to have. So, uh, Oh, what the what in the hell? I have been in the top chat. Shame on me. Um, so, you know, it's definitely. Man, I went to the grocery store today. Um, and the first thing I see when I go into the grocery store is an Asian couple. And they fucking drop some tissue. I almost squealed like a pig. I thought I was done. Motherfuckers grabbing fucking wipes before they go in the store, wiping down. I've never seen anybody do that, right? I've never seen anybody ever in my life grab the little napkins. Napkins have been there forever. I've seen them. You know, grab the little napkins. You know, hey, wipe down the card if you want to. Like everybody was fucking wiping the cards down and shit. I've never seen. I was like, man, fuck y'all. I've never been a follower. I'm going in raw. I don't need to wipe this card down. I'm riding with it. Trump 2020. Trump wins. The end. So, yeah, I went to the store. There's plenty of toilet paper and all of this stuff. I seen a video. This guy, he's a sketchy Twitter guy, but it's a nice house. So he's like, somebody broke into my house, and he goes and he shows like all the nice stuff and everything he's got going on, and then he goes to his restroom with his fucking toilet paper stolen. I'm like, motherfucker, that's crazy. So it is what it is. I don't know, man. Like I said, I definitely think that people are going crazy. I'm not. I have no concerns over the corona. My biggest question of the corona is, do Mexicans really not drink corona? Because, you know, Big M had brought this up the other day, you know, and I've been seeing ever since I've been observing, I guess, since I've gotten out, the Hispanics buying a lot of Modelo. Like, I've seen it happen 2 or 3 times. I'm like, I've known they drank Modelo, but for some reason it just seems like, what is that? Not cognitive dissonance. What's the other one? Not cognitive dissonance. That's when you refuse to accept something. It's true. What's the one when you start recognizing um, something like, say, like if you buy a car, then you start seeing that car everywhere. Um, I forgot what it's called. Uh, Next you only drink Coors.
Prepaid Mike donated $20. Cut his dick off me.
Appreciate the love, prepaid Mike. And Zaya's wee wee. Oh my God, confirmation bias. Thank you, Jay Fortune. Um, when I saw that shit, Zaya's wee wee pop up, and then the message static connection. Oh my God, that shit was fucking hilarious. Slick Whips is a motherfucker. You drink 211. Oh man, that is deadly. I can't hang with you. Hang with you, I'm likely to get shot. Do you know it? 211 Steel Reserve is what that shit is called, right? And I apologize for all the shit that's going on. I'm gonna have to clean up the green screen and all that other shit. Steel Reserve. 211 is a fucking robbery, right? 211 is a fucking robbery. You are stealing your soul by drinking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Steel Reserve. You know what I mean? It is. Hold on, let me take this call real quick. Oh. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
This is Miss Grace. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Now that I hear my favorite accent.
Now, I held off long enough not talking to you.
Yes.
Yeah, because I said, first of all, I always play these little rituals with myself. Hey, everybody. And when you went in, I said, okay, I'm not going to be the same K Grace when Honcho comes out as I was when he went in. And so remember I told you I always wanted to do a quilt, and Lady Licious and Belle and Sarah really got me on it. I've been working my butt off. And when it's finished, I'll put it up.
Okay.
Another thing is I went and I donated blood, and then I'm having something, a business that my daughter and I had started last year, trademark. But listen, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Now that I get to hear that accent that I've missed so much. I am doing excellent. My transitioning back into the real world, not my Zaya transition, but my transition back into the real world is complete now. Now that I've heard from Miss Grace.
I'm glad because I wanted to wait to call, and I didn't even want anybody else bothering you because those days, those first 2 nights that you came on, you looked tired, you were yawning, and I was concerned. And I said, I like kindness, and I realized that everybody wanted a piece of you. So I said, I'll sit back and I'm going to wait my turn. But I'm going to tell you something, motherfuckers. It's my turn now, so you all just sit back. But we're talking about the washing hand things.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to restaurants, what people don't do, they'll sit there and wash, because I always carry hand sanitizer. Mm-hmm. You wash your hands with hand sanitizer, or they wash their hands, and then when their food comes, they go and touch those germy little salt and pepper shakers, put it on it, and touch their food. No, once I touch those salt and pepper shakers or hot sauce or whatever else, the condiments and things that I need, then I rewash my hands with sanitizer. Mm. So that's just a little tip for everybody.
Never thought about
but
that.
About this little boy, I don't want kids to think that, or anybody for that matter, to feel that everything is okay for everybody, because it isn't. That's the real world. You mean there's some things that I wanted to do when I was younger, but when I was informed that I shouldn't, you mean I didn't do it, and I am grateful for that. You know, because even today people go around and they say this YOLO, you only live once, so go and do everything, not realizing that you can regret doing some things as much as not doing it. So you need to be a bit more selective as to what you do. You know, you can't go around doing every little thing because you just may end up regretting it, and there's nothing worse than living with regret for doing something. You know, because you can't take that away. You know, if you don't do something, well, you can do it later on. But if you did it already, you can't take it away.
Correct.
And that was one of the reasons why I even wanted to get out of teaching. I can't say it enough. The public schools are a jungle. And when they started with this craziness that these kids were transitioning and we had to call them different pronouns and stuff like that there, I realized, Honcho, I wasn't playing that game.
Yes.
You mean, I don't care if you do it, if you want to be gay, I don't care about anybody being gay, but I don't want to play that game. Right. You know what I mean? If you were born a male, then you're going to be a male to me. And if you were born a female, then you're going to be a female to me. I'm not playing that little game. You know what I mean? You have a mental disorder or somebody wants to act retarded, and I have to do it too. I'm not jumping on that bandwagon. You know what I mean? And you have to be selective about the kinds of things and the kinds of people and the behaviors that you want into your little world, because you have your little world that you're living within the bigger world. You know, and there's some things that I just can't accept. I mean, there are gay people in my family and things. Yes, they're gay, but nobody wants me to call them a different name, and I hope that they don't, because I won't be able to do it, and then you just can't come to my barbecues at my house because I'm not calling you. You know what I mean? Shelley, when your name's Sydney. You mean I just can't do it. I'm just too old school for that. I'm telling you, Honcho, I'm getting too old for this bullshit. This new young generation.
Yeah.
But you have to decide, you know what I mean, and choose for yourself. And people need to quit getting angry at people that don't want to go along to get along. Leave them alone. They have as many rights, or we have as many rights as everybody else, but they're acting today as if we don't. You know, we're the bad person because we don't accept it.
Correct.
You know, and that's just wrong. And that, too, is causing a divide in this country. Everybody's talking about, oh, yeah, the divide, Trump's causing a divide. No, you cause the divide. You mean I'm not dividing from anything or anybody. You mean not based on some man or somebody else. It's your behaviors and actions and things that I don't like, so I want to stay away from you. And you can stay away from me as well.
Correct.
You know, it's crazy. But, just Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Let me see who's talking about me. I'm looking at the chat now. Okay, anything else, Mr. Honcho? This I was going to tell you. The day that you got out, my daughter was at work. She sent me a text. This is what she sent to me. Your leader should be coming out today. Because she said that this is a cult. I said, oh, really? Well, if this is a cult, I think I like being part of a cult. You know, yep, your leader. I said, yeah. And when you sent the picture of you and I showed it to her, she said, where was this on? Was it on? I said, oh, he put it on Facebook, and you can't go on there because you're not invited because you're not part of the cult. That's all to it.
Oh man, that is funny because someone else called me a cult leader a while back, and I find that to be very hilarious. If so, this is the funniest cult I've ever been a part of. Probably the only cult I've ever been a part of, but I love it.
It is. And I like it. Oh, and I wanted to shout out and say thank you once again to Coach Red. I like to say Coach Red for keeping that den going.
Yes.
The Discord.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm smarter than Prepaid now because I learned to work it better than him. Hey, Prepaid, what's up? And he's a lawyer. Coach Red, anytime we had a problem, he would zoom in. From nowhere, to walk us through it. And it was really good. And he kept the family together. Like I said, I really do feel like we're part of the family. And Sarah also, I want to say thank you to Sarah because she bought a couple of my books, and she had her little baby call me up to talk to me on the phone because he was surprised that his mother knew the author. I felt famous. And he was the nicest little child. He was so polite, so appreciative. He absolutely loved it. And I want to thank Sarah again for supporting me the way she did.
That's what's up. That's a beautiful.
Yeah, she's cool. That's what it's about. She's cool like that. She really is. She's cool. I call her, I'm the Mac. She's Superfly. And Coach Ed is the Dawn. We got to talk.
Yes. The culture definitely held it down, man. That was amazing of him to put the effort in to make sure everybody, like I say, stayed connected. That's a beautiful thing, and like I say, I'm extremely grateful to him for that.
Yeah, he's cool like that. Like I said, that kind of loyalty is royalty. It's rare to find. It's a rarity.
Nice.
But listen to Heidi. Look, she says Sarah is a fucking bitch. Oh my God. Too funny. But I'm not going to stay on the phone because tomorrow, is my busy day that I get up and I take the young one off. I drop her off at school and then go to the gym. Oh, and the other day I went to the gym. 2 Asian guys working out in there. I kept a side eye out. I was watching them. Oh, yes, I was.
Wipe down the machines and shit.
Yeah, okay. I didn't wipe them down, though. I didn't. I just watched them and made sure I didn't go behind them. And they didn't come behind me, and then we were walking out at the same time. But I'm kind of tired right now. I said I didn't think that I would be up for the den. Yeah, I thought I was going to be sleeping, and I said, oh, yeah, I'm up. And then once I stay up for a while, then all of a sudden I get this second wind, and I'll probably be up half the night because of you.
Yeah, I think I need to call myself going to bed early tonight, too, but I know I'm going to be up because I'm going to end up getting in the Discord, and every time I say I'm going to go to bed early, I get in the Discord and stay up till 2, 3 in the morning talking, and the conversation's always real good, so I love it, though, man. Like I said, just to hear from all of y'all, man, y'all don't understand, and especially, yes, I'm playing favorites, Miss Grace, because she definitely held me down while I was in there, so I definitely was looking forward to hearing from you, so yeah, it's that now, like I say, I feel completed.
Yeah, I'm so happy. And Discord, if I'm awake, I'll get in it for a minute. But you know what? Somebody like me with my loud, deep voice and Trill with his loud voice, I feel like I'm competing with him. So I have to back up, because people think I'm mad when I'm not mad. And I think Trill also might be misunderstood because he sounds angry because of the way we talk. People always say, oh, you're mad. No, I'm not mad. You know what I mean? I'm not. You know what I mean? But people think, and I have to compete with Trill, and that's just too much. Oh, here goes Sarah. Oh, with the donation. Oh, you ain't beating me, Sarah. Wait a minute, let me hang up. I'm doing mine, too. You ain't beating me.
Just
okay,
Sarah donated
you,
$10 through Super Chat.
Grace. Thank you for calling
GT
in.
said here's the $10 he promised. He will not ask for some nookie from Honcho. Hand over mouth. Smiley face. Smiley face. Smiley face. Yet.
TheDen is a terrible, wonderful place. Appreciate your love, Miss Just Sarah and GT. Man, I'm telling y'all don't understand. Like I said, we got kind of booted up last week, and we were going. Like I said, I was still kind of. I won't say I was in a funk. I was just kind of, getting my wheels back under me and getting back in the groove. But now, like I said, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like it's definitely back to the den. Like I said, I'm feeling back to myself. I just got to fix and tweak some of these little errors that are going on. What you talking about? Probably at Be For Real. You live or are you behind? Because I'm trying to figure out where. Yeah, Sweet Berry showed me some love. She also tried to smuggle some nude photos in with some books, some physical books that she sent. But unfortunately, Harris County found them, and they kept the pictures, but they sent the books back. So I guess I missed out. But nah, man. Like I say, it's just I'm feeling back good. I'm feeling like and like I said, I'm ready to roll, ready to do some things with the den, ready to see, Heidi. This is why you need to be in the Discord because we have a lot of these conversations in the Discord.
Dollar bills, y'all.
What's going on? Is it tinfoil not show up? Let me see what's happening with this thing. I have to plug in properly. Why is it not showing up? But I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. Hold on, we got a call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
Heidi Kleindienst donated $2 through Super Chat. Who was the Falcons girl from ATL Sarah murdered?
Interesting. You have to be in the. You have to be. It happens. It's worth it. Appreciate the love, Miss Heidi and Mr. 335. Man, y'all don't know. Something epic happened a couple of days ago. What was that? Friday night? And I need to look because I'm gonna be honest. I think the Den is actually in April, but I think Soft Sports is probably tomorrow, or I might have missed it already, like the 3-year mark of that. But in about 3 years or so of me streaming, something happened Friday that was unexpected, that blew my mind. I heard 335. And I was shocked because that was the first time. And that's why I said, you know what? Yeah, it's time to get back to my old self. We got to turn it up. Things are changing for the better. So shout out to 335. It was good to finally hear from you. So, yes. And we talked bad about Heidi. So, Heidi, you have to come to the Discord to defend yourself. Because,
Grace donated $10. Okay, Sarah. Boom.
Appreciate the love, Ms. K. Grace. Yeah, because we just that's what happens because everybody knows Heidi's not in the Discord, so they just sit there and shit on Heidi all day because they know she's not there to attack in the whatchamacallit. But no, man, like I said, it's raining, man. But my thing is though, like I said, the whole thing with what's his name, they bring him out to this whole like I don't know what the thing was, but like make a big announcement. And I saw somebody earlier say, what about EJ, right? What about EJ from Magic's son? And you never saw Magic do all this. Magic had all the platforms in the world, and Magic even had. They had some questions about Magic back in the day because, around the time that Magic, had his situation, AIDS was known as the gay man's disease. So they, rumor has it, I'm not sitting here confirming yay or nay, but rumor has it that, Magic used to get all the way around. And then he has a son. You never seen him promote him like that. EJ just kind of did his own thing, right? But it is what it is. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Man, it's your boy Roman.
Roman. How are you doing this evening, Mr. Roman?
Man, I'm doing good, man. How you doing, Honcho?
Okay. I'm doing pretty good, what's on your mind this evening about this particular conversation?
Oh, man, Honcho. Like I always say, man, I have nothing against gay people, LGBT. I don't have nothing against them being, gay or, choosing in their sexual orientation, their preference. I have an issue with how it's pushed and how it's forced upon people. Especially young children. I think it's very forced in cartoons and media and just imagery. Imagery plays a big part in the world, and it's just the slight ways they interact or they get you to start thinking and feeling like that. You just don't know what that can do to a person. And I really think, not trying. I'm gonna say this one thing. I have conspiracies and shit about when it comes to the Wayne Wade, and I feel like all this shit started as soon as he started to get with Gabrielle Union. I mean, the boy could have been feeling like this before that, but damn, the nigga only 12. It seems I'm just saying, as soon as he got with Gabrielle Union, shit just hit the fan for Dwayne Wade. But hey, it could always been like that, But it's not trying to get into conspiracy and shit, but I think it's just shows you a 12-year-old boy now saying that he's a girl. I think it just shows you how powerful the media is and how the media starts very young, and it doesn't take much convincing and persuasion and imagery and subliminal messages to get in somebody's head, because God knows, you got to realize Dwayne Wade is a 3-time champion. I'm not saying the man ain't a future Hall of Famer. I'm not saying the man ain't one of the best shooting guards of all time. He is. I respect him as a player. But you got to realize probably how many parties and how many places that Dwayne Wade has been there. He's probably brought his kids, and how many people that, especially his son, well, now he's his daughter, has seen over, and all the shit that he was exposed to. We gotta think about shit like that. Like, what makes him start to believe in these feelings and start to have these feelings? Like Honcho, like I said, he's 12. Puberty really doesn't start to kick in for most people until about 13, 14. So it makes me start to question, was he always feeling like this, or was shit shown to him, and that's why he started to feel like this, and he was kind of forced on. It's kind of, you get what I mean, taught in a way. I don't know. That's the part that disturbs me, and that I'm questioning about, that I don't know. Look, I'm all for people being themselves. Hey, look, if that's how he feel, it's nothing I can do. It's nothing the Den can do. It's nothing nobody can do. That's him. He got to answer to God. He got to find confidence within himself. All respect, all love. But, like I say, the problem I have is more with Dwayne Wade, of how you've pushed this on, and how showing that your son is like this can show somebody else's young son. Now I want to be like Dwayne Wade's son. It's just that shit, to where, like, these kids don't even feel like this. It's just they see it. It's just the imagery. It's just it's what's being thrown on them, and now they're starting to feel like that. And that's where I have my problem, But what you think, Honcho?
I agree. I think that this is a very peculiar situation, and I feel like there's been some level of influence. Like I said, when I said early on, if you really look at it, he's the only one in this, family that doesn't necessarily bring a skill, a talent, or an identity to the table. So why not change your identity? You got D Wade, Hall of Fame basketball player. You got Gabrielle Union. She's a well-known actress. You got the other son, like I say. And the other son, is he in college or is he in high school, something like that? But anyway, he's a
He's in
basketball
high
player.
school. He's playing at I forgot what school. He playing with he's playing with somebody else's son. No, if I'm correct, no, him and LeBron's son played together. If I'm correct.
Yeah, and
You know,
so,
at the Hill.
okay, he's a senior.
At Kenton Hill, something like that.
So then you got him. He has his identity, but then you got this young kid, and like I say, he's the only person in the house or wherever they're staying or who has no real nothing going on for him. So again, like I say, what's the easiest way nowadays, especially if you're the child of a celebrity, to get some attention? Well, say you want to flip sides to you want to transition, that you or whatever, because being gay is not a thing anymore. Nobody cares, especially in Hollywood. Nobody cares. But you got to want to, add some parts or cut some stuff off and do some other shit. That's where people start, that's the whole new thing now. And so that's you got two famous celebrities. You got like I say, pushing at the Pride Parade. The Pride Parade, he saw a bunch of attention. He's like, well, how can we take this a step further? But
and it's also the thing is like I don't know what Dwayne Wade has done. Like say I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist, Honcho, but hey, I'm just saying people get fame after people die. Just saying. Jennifer Hudson became big after everybody in her family died. Michael Jordan, when his daddy died. It seems like always a family member dies when people start to hit big top fame. I know it's not everybody, but there's a lot of people that have done that. So, man, I don't know, man. Like I say, if that what the boy wants to be, like I say, there's nothing we can do about it. But all I wanted to say to Dwayne Wade, stop pushing it on us, man. It's getting annoying, bro. We don't need to know everything. Topics like this is where people, I think, start to do more for attention than really care. Like, if you cared about your son, you wouldn't want all this to be out. Like, just keep this within the family. We can know about it, but you don't have to expose it everywhere. You get what I mean? And then when people have opinions, because not everybody's going to agree with this shit. When people have opinions and not liking this, you have an issue with it. No, Dwayne Wade, you shouldn't have an issue with it because you exposed to everybody. Now people are free to say how they feel about it. Right. That's what opinions are not valid and are not respected anymore. Basically, if I don't agree with you, then you're wrong, you're bad, you're terrible. No. I don't agree with a lot of people what they say, but I respect their opinion. So if he gets any backlash for which he has got a lot, it's your fault. Because you knew these comments was coming, but now you can't handle it. That's what I don't like and I can't respect. Because at least I'll give you some respect if you can handle the comments you're about to hear. But, hey, man, it ain't me. So, man, that's my call, man.
All right. Well, Mr. Roman, I appreciate your call, man.
Man, anytime.
All right. Shout out to Mr. Roman. Yeah, this is for those of you who may have been wondering, this is where I got the image that I used on the thumbnail. Celebrity Gay Kids Tuesday, 8 p.m. on TBS. And here's the thing, and this is sad because I really want to believe that's a real show. I don't know. Like I say, I don't. With the stuff that they put on TV now. I mean, because they had the little cross-dressing, like 10-year-old cross-dressers. There was a show, and it was a bunch of them. And so that's the crazy thing about it. Oh man, classic shit. That's a terrible for a woman. That's
Just Sarah donated $10 through Super Chat. Beyond a funny IGG, a beyond a funny IGG, a beyond a funny IGGA. I said your name, Chicago Mike. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, raccoon, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face.
Oh man, we'll have to do some research. You have to find Chicago Mike, bring Chicago Mike back to the. I don't know. Chicago Mike might have he might have the corona right now. You know what I'm saying? Yes, young Poppy. That's what I'm saying. Like, you on the the losing. Appreciate the love, just but he on the losing side no matter what. Like, whew. Slick Biff. Now that ain't right. That ain't right. Slick Whips. You know, but like I said, yeah, that's his terrible fashion sense for a young man or a young lady. Even though the terrible shit that niggas be wearing, he look worse than the niggas when they be going to the draft. Like that'd be some of the worst fashion that you ever see when niggas go to the draft, especially if they go go to the green room or whatever, or the back, whatever they call that shit. And them motherfuckers, them motherfuckers look the worst. They just, and these motherfuckers have stylists to get them dressed like. Those stylists should never work again ever. Cause them motherfuckers look ridiculous. And like motherfuckers, you know who it'd be too, and it's always niggas. Niggas be going to the hoe looking like, who did this and why? You know what I'm saying? Why? Why would you allow this? But it is what it is. You can tell who. You can almost tell the background of some of the people by the way that they're dressed when they go in there. You know what I'm saying? But, yes, awful picture. RuPaul started shit. Did RuPaul start this? I think Oscar De La Hoya started this shit. It's terrible. Terrible. But I am a firm believer, or not going to say believer, but I do really believe that Gabrielle Union has a lot to do with this. Because it's like every time you see this little nigga, or this. I had to catch myself because I was going to say something. I find it personally funny as shit. But, we know what platform we're on. I'll save that for the Discord. Looks like Eddie Griffin. But, every time you see this little nigga, it's always with Gabrielle Union. Like, you see this little nigga with Gabrielle more than you see him with D-Wade. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, boys too, that's terrible. But it's like, I don't know, man. I fucking have no idea. Billy Porter. I saw that. Who was it? Was it Miss Grace? I think Miss Grace had posted the video in the Facebook group where Billy Porter's talking about the genderless fairy godmother. How are you a genderless mother? One, and then two, talking about magic has no gender, no shit. But talking about the kids are ready for it. The kids accept it. It's the old folks who don't. It's like, well, because old folks have sense and have been through life and have had experiences, so they have a better understanding. Kids, if it got fucking bright colors in it, they think it's something cool. Kids don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Yeah, this is terrible. It's terrible. But yeah, so I'm not even. What is this?
Grace donated $10. I got to hear our boy Roman's first call to the den. Adorable. Heart.
Oh man. Appreciate the love, Miss Grace. Yeah, Roman has been growing up in the den. They won't let him out the house, so he gotta live in the den. But yeah, man, like I say, it's just a crazy world we live in. And the things that people do for celebrity, for attention, or whatever you want to call it. And that's what I really feel like it is, because why not, if this is more about the sun and all this, you as a as a famous NBA player, understand the power of attention. Gabrielle Union understands the power of attention. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's Dan, man. What up, bro?
Dan the motherfucking man. How are you doing this evening, Dan the man?
Oh, man, I'm just chilling, bro. I was just doing some cleaning and whatnot, just enjoying some quiet time of my spring break. I'm about to go to bed, man. I ain't about all this partying and shit. I don't give a fuck about that.
Turn down, huh? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I need to hit the gym in the morning. I've been stressed out with school and stuff, so I kind of took like 2 weeks away from the gym. I'm trying to get back into that. And so, and I say that's something I need to do by the end of this week, which I'm going to work on it starting Wednesday. I'm trying to get some hours at work tomorrow. So I'm just trying to do my thing, man. I need to see my family, too,
I feel you. I finally took my ass to across town and went and saw my mom, and that was a good feeling. So I definitely can't put too much value on family, man. So that's important.
Yeah, that's if you fuck with them. If you don't, well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely, man. I hope that works out for you. Hope Mrs. Honcho's doing all right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's all good. But so, what are your thoughts on this very peculiar situation that we're?
Oh God, man, look, bro. Okay, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but the thing is, okay, so let's say his son was gay. I'm like, okay, that's why Matt Johnson's son's gay. I mean, he's very gay. I mean, we've seen that person. I don't know, extremely gay. I mean, but here's my thing, like, okay, so it's one thing who you're attracted to. That is what it is. But like the whole excessive dressing up and acting extra, I don't understand that part of the whole LGBT community.
Yes.
I'm not sure where that comes from, and it's not my business. So I try to lose alone, but now we got kids involved. It's one thing if you're a young adult, 18, 19, 20, you're an adult. Do what you want. Just don't have killing and raping people and stealing people. I don't give a shit.
Correct.
But yeah, the whole this is a kid now, and Gabrielle Union got something to do with this. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
I agree.
And she's hyping that shit up. And when they took this young man, this young child, I don't want to offend nobody. When they took, I guess, Zaya now, to a gay pride concert or festival, that's in my opinion child abuse, because I don't care where you're at. The majority of gay pride festivals I've heard about, they got dudes out there with nipple clamps and fucking leather Speedos and shit. This is in public. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose the equivalent would if we had a straight pride festival would just be like dudes just rolling broads out in the middle of the street. Everyone's wearing tight white drawers and shit. I don't know. I don't know. I think you would think that something like a kid transitioning, or supposedly, you would think that'd be a private matter, but they're just putting shit on Instagram for a bunch of likes from virtue signaling. It's virtue signaling. That's what this is. This should be a private matter that, like, Zaya has to deal with. And if you have support your family, that's good. But I don't appreciate them pushing kids into this. Look, let that young person deal with that themselves. The main thing they should be concerned about is getting an education and not getting in trouble as a kid. This whole Instagram thing and all this other shit. Gabrielle got something to do with this. I mean, look, I don't know what she got to do with it. Maybe I'm wrong, but okay. And Dwayne's wondering why he's getting so much flack, bro. I mean, Wade's black, so the black community, even though we have a large gay community, we're also very conservative in matters of sexuality due to our Christian background, black Americans specifically. And he's wondering if he's getting flack from the black community because black people don't really fuck with gay people unless they're gay. And even then, half the gay people in the closet and they ain't going to church praying the gay way. We know how effective that bullshit is. Yeah, so it's. Well, I just say that young man's having, that young person is having their transitioning or whatever put out on Front Street like that. I mean, he seems like he's fine with it, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, because at the end of the day, them niggas got more money than me, so I don't give a fuck about them. I don't care.
Yeah, that's the.
I'm just.
Do you think that has something to do with
bro.
it?
That's it.
Do you think that has something to do with it? That especially when you're, because they say that especially children who grow up really rich and entitled, you know, they look at their parents, or especially if they're famous, whatever. Like D Wade, he came from nothing, became a world class basketball player. You know, that they look at that and like, well, that's kind of hard to top. I don't think I'll ever be able to be better than that. You know, he's got the brother who's I guess going down that path. You got the stepmom who's whatever. And then, you know, he's kind of trying to find his place. So, fuck, I ain't got shit else. So how do I top that? How do I find my own lane? I'm bored or I'm jaded because I'm rich, so I get everything I want. So it's not like he has to ever work or earn anything, or she or whatever it is. Now, I don't want to let YouTube, don't ban us. I'm trying to figure it all out. You know, so it's just like, do you think the money plays a part in this?
It's a possibility. And two things. Just Sarah, how you doing? And Heidi, I'm not a homophobe. I'm looking at the chat, man. I looked at the chat, bro.
I've been trying not to.
No, man,
like, caught up all night.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm not a homophobe, man. But see, the thing is, when you say you're not this, and it's like I've had this many so and so friends. It's cliche at this point. So I'm not gonna bother. I'm not a homophobe, bro. Real talk. And anyway, money might have something to do with it. Like, you know, I gotta stop. And it's just society we're in right now. The whole, more of the whole, you know, I don't want to say progressive left because they're regressing in some matters. This whole like extremely liberal culture we're in. It's just like this is like real extra, man. Like, look, if you adults want to do things, that's cool, but kids, I don't know. I think it's more of the culture than the money, honestly.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But I don't know. And yeah, and someone mentioned earlier, Born to Love mentioned, I would like to hear what his biological mother has to say about this. I assume she's still around. I mean, look, okay. Maybe they throw enough money like, hey, look, just here's some money, shut up, I'll buy the parenting rights from you. We good. And she may have just said, okay, fuck it, and just dipped out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Dwayne's got enough money to do that kind of shit. Like, hey, look, I'm going to raise my kid and however I want to, and you just take this money and shut the fuck up. And maybe she did. I don't know. Because that'd be like a TMZ interview. I think Dwayne Wade abused my child and fuck that Gabrielle bitch. That'd be perfect for TMZ. They'd love that shit.
Oh, yeah, you get all because his mom, if I'm not mistaken, D Wade's, the mother of his children at one point had the sign, and she was sitting out there talking about she's homeless, and he wasn't doing this and wasn't doing that, even though, you know, he had paid a lot of money, and I guess she just wasn't, you know, probably using it in the most appropriate ways. So she made it seem like he wasn't paying child
Just
support.
Sarah donated $5 through Super
so
Chat.
an opportunity for money.
Honcho can take your shirt off. Asking for a friend. Starstruck. I.
She probably tricked that money off. That's what happened. You know. I know that go. The gravy train ends sometime, lady. Okay, lesson learned. Shoot. I don't know, man. Well, someone said that she already spoke out against it, but I mean, obviously the press is going to side more on the side of, you know, Miss Gabrielle Union, you know, black Hollywood actress, and, you know, progressive left woman, and all that. But she's going to side with her more than this other woman, like know what's happening with her son. But whatever, man. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, it's I don't like where this is going, bro. You know.
Because this is just like I said. Once that first person does it, I mean, it's definitely not the first, but you're going to start seeing a wave of this because people are seeing all the attention that this guy's getting, and you know, people do anything for attention now. Their attention is the new currency, man. So. Yeah. You're damn right, bro. And now, look, if you're an adult, you want to transition. I met before I left the military. I met like 3 females who were transitioning to men, and they got their breasts removed and all the hormones, and they had more hair than I did. Remember, someone got in trouble for not wanting. Yeah, man. I remember one of the females got in trouble for not shaving because you're in the military, you got to shave, and they were having issues with no shave. Because I remember, like, even though I get razor bumps, I don't have any right now because I'm using clippers now because I can keep a bit grown out now, thank God. But well, I remember she got in trouble because she didn't want to. I'm sorry, he got in trouble because he didn't want to shave because, you know, he'd taken the hormones, and he got in trouble for that shit. And I was like, okay, man, look, I mean, if it's worth it, I guess it's worth it, bro. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. Hopefully, it worked out for you. Yeah, that is the
But
crazy
I don't
thing.
know, man.
Them motherfuckers do be having a bunch of hair.
Yeah.
They be hairy as shit. I can't grow no. My shit is uneven like a motherfucker. I can't. This side, I think it's this side that don't grow for shit. I'm like, God damn, y'all motherfuckers take a couple of pills and some shots and shit, and y'all get fucking full beards and shit. I've been struggling with this shit for 30-something years. I'm highly upset. I'm highly upset.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. See, I'm bald though. So you got damn hair. I don't have that anymore. So it is what it is. You know, I get a nice beard, but besides that, my chest and my ass, the only thing that's growing on my body. That's it.
It's weave. I mean, I got a bunch of weave in my hair. Apparently, that's what everybody thinks. Whatever. Is that really your hair? No, it's extensions. It's weave. So.
Oh God.
No.
Hey, you know, dudes getting weaves now too. I'm seeing some black dudes out here like getting weaves and lace fronts. I'm like, bro, man, just give it up, bro.
Man. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is the society that we're in now. I mean, all of this stuff is acceptable. There was a point in time where a man would not entertain such a thing. You know, the toupee, I guess, was around for a little bit, but it was like now it's like motherfuckers are growing instantly. You can be bald one day, have dreads the next, and you know, you got to fade, you got to wave. I mean, it's just all kind of crazy shit that's just going on. I'm just like, really? What is this is where we're at? Like, you know, hey, just get some self-confidence and you'll be all right, man. You ain't gonna be worried about all the the frivolous shit. So, but you know,
you're real talk, bro. It's excessive for no reason, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't trying to hog up the line too much. I'm doing my clothes right now too, so I'm gonna go ahead and change those. But yeah, man, it's like that Desmond is Amazing kid, man. Like they got him around a bunch of drag queens. I talked about that before.
Yeah.
I want to hear that kid's story 20 years from now. I want to hear what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't gonna hear nothing now. They're just gonna keep pushing this thing like all these kids want to be drag queens and that drag queen story time shit that in the public libraries.
Man,
I would be pistol whipping niggas if you had my kid around that shit. Ain't no joke, bro. I'm not playing that shit.
And the thing about that is too, is just like again, I'm not gonna say I could understand, but you'd almost have a case if it was just reading and whatever, then you know, just reading and then you know, hey, little introduce what's getting going. But the fact that every single one of these is sexualized in some manner should tell you something.
Yep.
You got motherfuckers doing all this crazy shit. It's not like they're just dressing in women's clothes. It's overly crazy shit. It's these motherfuckers are dancing and doing all this other crazy shit. Like, one, as a woman who supports that, you should feel kind of a particular kind of way that you're kind of like marginalized into this idea of this is all that womanhood is, you know. And then this is what's being promoted to your children, whether it be your son or your daughter or whatever else is going on. Like I say, all that shit is crazy, but you know, to some people you gotta accept everything. Fuck that. That shit is wild.
Yeah, man. You have a right to a dissenting opinion. Oh wait, no, you don't. I forgot because these kind of people. If you're a black person and you critique certain behaviors in the black community, you're what are you? You're a coon, house nigger, Uncle Tom.
Yes.
What they call me and you a few times.
Yes.
So, yeah, you have to tote that line. You know that the white man is always evil. That every black person who does something wrong is a victim of the system. Yeah. Never mind personal responsibility.
Correct.
That's insane, bro. That pisses me off the most about stuff like that. Now I'm getting off subject. We ain't talking about black people today. I apologize. You know.
Oh, we will.
I'm gonna fall back. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'll be following. Is it this week?
We may have some. We may be having something in this week. I gotta take a look. But yeah, it'll be very soon, though.
I got you, man. I ain't trying to, try to change what you're gonna do. But knowing black people ain't gonna take too long to find something to talk about. Case in point, we're talking about this is more of a gay and black thing. But I don't know, man. It's I don't know. I just hope that kid doesn't regret the way his parents are pushing him. Now, I'm sorry, his father, because that's not his mother. Yeah. That is not his mother.
Yeah, but yeah,
that's some broad his mom's with, and that's something else I don't like. I don't like random people around your kids, bro. I mean, he's there, but she's influencing him.
Yeah.
Because look, I know Dwayne ain't the one who originally came up with this idea. I've never seen a grown man want to push his son into that lifestyle. I've never seen that.
Yeah, never.
Until now.
Never.
So my thought is Gabrielle's part of that shit. A big part of that shit.
No, I believe it. Ever since Gabrielle came out and said she likes to do interesting things to D Wade, That's
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's made some statements on their bedroom behaviors before. You know, I guess likes a little ranch dressing on the salad, but you know, and they've talked about that. And so I'm just like, you know, then as much as I start seeing every time you see the stories about this kid, be it at either on the runway or at the parade or wherever, it's always Gabrielle Union right there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what I said.
Yep.
I know she has something going on.
Heidi, I'm gonna ignore that last comment Heidi just made. Okay. I just look, man. Look, well, me and you doing the best is one thing, but I don't want look. Let's say I had a kid, right? And I'm ain't after this. No, let's say I had a kid, right? What me and this woman do is our thing, but the way I raise my kid is my kid. Now, if he does something wrong, you can tell me or whatever, or if he does something directly wrong to you, that's one thing. But trying to push his agenda, his lifestyle, or her agenda, her lifestyle, I think they're doing a grave disservice to that child, honestly. But I don't know, man. So good luck to Zaya. I guess that's what it is now. Good luck to you. I don't know what to say, you know. And I'm gonna get off on that note, man.
That's a terrible transition name too. Fuck it, I don't care who likes it or not. Fuck that name in this whole crazy situation. Terrible name.
Yeah, man. God damn.
But that's man, as always, David, man, it's good to hear from you, man. And man, enjoy your spring break as much as you can. I need to be doing the same damn thing and getting a job. I finally went and got my little scan thing to get in there. I need to go to that bitch. I was thinking about going out to the den to catch up. But man, it's good to hear from you. Like I said, you know, enjoy your whatever little time off you got. And you know, like I said, I'll be looking forward to hearing from you soon.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Honcho. Dan, you have a good night. Heidi, fuck you. All right, have a good day. No, I'm kidding, Heidi. You my dog, man. You just like to troll. I respect that.
Oh, man. That's funny.
All right, have a good night, man.
All right, Dan, man. Good talking to you.
All right, now.
All right. Oh, that's funny. Sweet Thing almost reminds me of a certain pimp we haven't seen in a while. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the Den this evening?
Honcho, what's up? This Mike B.
Mike B, what's the motherfucking deal? What's on your mind, Mike B? How you feeling this evening, man?
What's the deal, man?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, the main thing I had got into the Den late tonight, but main thing I wanted to talk about the whole D Wade situation. I was waiting till you came home to talk about this situation, bro. But that whole situation it's really bad because it just shows how society. Not saying that I have a problem with the LGBT community. I have family in that community and all of that, but it just shows how much of an agenda they're pushing on our younger children. Children that are younger than me, you know, kids and stuff like that. I mean, look at the guy that's on Sesame Street. I don't know if you got the chance to see, but they put the I want to say his last name is Porter or something like that. The Billy Porter or something like that.
Yeah.
The gay guy, the fashion guy or whatever.
Yeah.
They put him on Sesame Street.
Yeah, come on,
man.
man.
Sesame Street.
He on Sesame Street
I
now?
mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you can just see the agenda to push that on, you know what I'm saying, not just all of the world, you know what I'm saying, society. It's like they're pushing a homosexuality agenda on that. And not just that, but you got to think, like, just like you were saying in jail, just like you were saying in jail, you were locked up with a lot of bisexual people. You know what I'm saying? Females that are trainees and stuff like that. Like, it's just like you pushing that agenda on us, on regular people, regular citizens, you know. And then what's worse is I mean, you starting with the kids. You know that you can start a whole movement and you can change the way things go in society if you start with the kids.
Correct.
That's where you start. I mean, look at music. How is music so influential to the society? You start with the kids. These kids listening to music and they want to be like that, even if it's fake. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Absolutely right.
So I'm just saying, my whole thing I wanted to talk about is, let's talk about the real problem. They are pushing a agenda, you know what I'm saying, to brainwash you, to get you to live this certain type of way. They making it cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically, what Dwayne Wade and his child, he doing with his child, basically he's exploiting his child too. I feel like he's doing that. He exploiting his child in the media. But the main thing is, you are trying to get people to say it's cool to be this way. It's cool for me to have a birth child that I birthed, that I God given to me, that is a male or female, and they decide one day that they want to have a sex change, and it's cool. I mean, like, where does the buck stop? Where does we say, okay, you know what, this is wrong, and we say it's wrong? I mean, I'm not saying that this is the right way to go about things, because a lot of the stuff he said was kind of ignorant and just talking out of turn. But Little Boosie, the rapper Little Boosie, he basically went off on D Wade. You know what I'm saying? He basically, and he was talking like basically like a lot of people that talk, you know what I'm saying, from the hood, and that's how we talk at family barbecues and stuff like that. You know, like, I understand what he was saying. He worded it in the wrong way, and the way he said it was kind of wrong. But I don't see any problem in what he said. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets to a point to where you have to say right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what's right and what's wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, man, I don't want to take up too much time, but it's just like, man, society is pushing an agenda. I don't want to say, I don't want to get into all religion and all this and all that, but you know that the powers that be are trying to push a religion, and you can see it going forward day by day. Like what you see all on TV every day, entertainment, music, they are pushing a gay agenda. You got rappers wearing purses. Man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to say, and that's all I wanted to put out there, and I wanted to get feedback on that, and that's all I had on, tonight, and I don't want to take up too much time, but Honcho, keep doing your thing. I'm glad you're home, and I can't wait till you get back on South Street.
Man, I was shooting for the day, man, but like I said, I had a little bit of a delay, but I'm definitely shooting for tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get some stuff set up, try to catch up on all the stuff that's been missed, and then just kind of lay out what's the plans for the future, and then some things coming up. So definitely gonna try to get something going tomorrow, because I know the sauce has been neglected getting staying.
Yeah, but I'm going to get back in the chat, and I'm going to let other people get on. And shout out to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all like the video, like the stream, and let's keep it going, man.
Yes, sir, Mike, man. I appreciate the call, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, I'll go.
All
right. Let's see where we at. Might take one more call before we wind it down. Like I said, we right on we got a few minutes before the 2 hour mark, so we might be able to do one. Wanya Morris and Dan Stroman, I appreciate the love. Shout out to both of y'all. Man, I finally saw the. Well, here we'll do it like this. If we don't get a call within the next 2 minutes, that'll be the last call. But if somebody calls in the next 2 minutes, then we'll take one more call. But I finally saw the donations, gifts. Man, what the fuck have y'all done to Umar, dog? Why y'all did Umar so bad, baby? No, just that man out in the streets. Umar just out of there. Dog. I saw what he told Low Gallus. I'm like, wow, this nigga done lost it. He's really out of there. Boy, Umar. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh, that shit is crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man. He's supposed to be a very intelligent dude, and I don't know what happened to him. Whether you agree what he's talking about or not. He's I don't know, man. He is there. Um, D Love, was it difficult? Well, what happened is I had to let hair grow out of my head, and that was the toughest part about it. But no, yeah, South Park is great. South Park is amazing. But like I said, we'll probably make that the last one. Like I said, we'll get ready to wind it down here. But so we will be in the Discord immediately after the Den. And if you don't know the Discord, I'll put the link in here. Everybody can join in. If you want to just listen in, you can listen to everybody else who may be talking. Usually a good group conversation going on. It was a great conversation between Big M and Broderick the other day. I fell asleep on it, but it was good. The thing about the Discord is you got to be there or you miss it. There's a lot of great. That's definitely female pimp. I can see the spelling and the beef with the Discord. You gotta you be in there starting shit. You gotta hold your shit. If you gonna start some shit, you gotta back that shit up. But it was real good. I'm mad that I fell asleep, but I was just so damn tired, man, because it was very interesting. It's one of those. Sometimes you catch those conversations where you just need to listen, and it was one of those. So it was real good. So like I say, man, shout out to all of y'all who get in the Discord and just chop it up on various things. There's been a lot of good conversations, not just that one, but a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all of you who tuned in, and yeah, Big M is a smart dude, very very intelligent. He is an asshole, but a very intelligent asshole. I like Big M though. Big M's a cool guy. And so very perceptive individual. Gotta respect it. Wokey woke too, both of those guys. And like I say, it's so funny that they've only been associates for a couple of years because they seem like brothers or cousins or like guys who've been best friends from youth, from very young. And so I find that very interesting that they relate so well. But like I said, man, even if you're just listening in, that's the Den Show after party is in the Discord. So that way, like I say, if you want to jump in on a conversation, if y'all want to continue the conversation from the night, or whatever goes on, like there's always a variety of interesting things that happen there. So, that's just kind of that. So make sure you be a part of that. Again, shout out to Mr. Coltrane, the Don of the Discord, for holding it down. Good night, Miss Slick Whips. I know that that's what you're hoping for, Heidi, but we can't help you there. But let's see where we at. Make sure that we still got about 4 or 5 minutes before, because I did hit the thing like 2 minutes late. But yes, I will be back on time. We'll be back to the 9 o'clock schedule. I know that I've been popping up at 9:30 here lately, and so we'll be back on regular scheduled time for those of you on the East Coast. Yeah, fucking Edmund. Where is Edmund? Maria couldn't get deported. She was in Canada already. Speaking of Canada, I ain't heard from my boy Dre, man. I need to check on my boy Dre, man. There's a few Den folk we haven't seen in a while. Miss Sean, my boy Dre. There was somebody else I was thinking about earlier too. Like I say. And I know people may think, oh, it's just a channel, but I really do. Bretto, yeah. I need to. How can I go back? 'cause I don't know if I ever saved Breto's number. Breto. It's Breto. I don't think I ever saved him as a regular. And, I would, fuck, no, I didn't. Did not. Terrible. It's really crazy that I didn't save him as a regular, because I got one or two numbers in here, people that I know he called more than, and I didn't fucking save Brito. That's terrible. And I know it's not in the records, so I delete the records often. So, well, I fried that, you know. So, yeah. So he has nothing on the show. He has yeah, he did say he was going to do the show. Oh, Breto's movie reviews would be classic. I wonder if he can still send messages. We're going to figure out where he is. Let me see. Miss Angela was in here earlier. And I don't know where Miss Rashida was. But what are you talking about, D-Love? Yeah, gotta find Breto, man. Who else? Who else has been missing? We gotta bring the real Maria back. I don't care what y'all think. The real Maria brought the most insight to the den out of anyone. It's a couple of them. Like I say, Chicago Mike was a good one. What else were we talking about? Chicago Mike, Danny F., Breto, I already forgot who else. We got to find my boy Dre. There's a couple other ones, man. Man Up. Yeah, I got to holler at Man Up. I had to hit him on Skype the other day when I got out. I hit him up. But I don't ever get on my damn Skype. Because I got on it the other day, hollered at the round table, and I said I was going to get on there regularly. I didn't. I need to cut my notifications on my phone. Like, I just, you know, I need to, I got to step it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but here's, y'all want to know the crazy thing, right? Let me take this shit off. Take this off. There we go. The thing about Man Things, yes. Man Things, he's posted a couple of things in the Facebook group. But here's the thing, right? You know, everybody used to think Lee would call in and say crazy stuff. And then all Lee's just say, Lee might have been a lot more on point than y'all want to give Lee credit for. You know what I'm saying? But some of the things that you see happening and going on in the world today, y'all saw that doctor, right? That dentist, I want to say somewhere in California. And he got busted like he was doing a whole bunch of, he was on some real sick shit. Like, motherfucker had his house outfitted with all kind of crazy cameras everywhere. They talk about this dude would be like on the going on those vacations and shit like that, and targeting young women. And he was like, because I think he got caught up. He got caught up because somebody tried to buy like 2 girls off this woman for $30,000. And yeah, you haven't seen Cavity Creep in a while too. And it's so, you know, it's and they traced a bunch of shit back to him, and so he's facing a bunch of charges. But they went to his house and found all kind of shit. And I'm like, wow, this motherfucker's the dentist, and he deals with kids. You know, telling what he's doing with those kids are under, but it just makes you wonder, you know, what else is really fucking going on out there. So, what are you talking about, D-Love? I don't have dreads to impress men, so I don't care if you think they're whack or not. This is what you got to do. You want to grow some dreads, go get get some Vaseline, right? And just use Vaseline and twist it up with Vaseline. That'll make your hair grow extremely fast. I don't do that. It'll fuck your shit up. But you know, yeah, Spit's definitely been holding down. Like I said, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna try to get it back rolling with the sauce tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow at 6 we can have some sauce shaking. So we'll see what happens. But here is the deal, my good friends, mi amigos. Definitely I've been avoiding it. You know, lost a little bit of weight. This chair's still squeaky as shit. I'm gonna have to invest in a new chair because shit is just not cutting it. But I appreciate all of you for coming through this evening. I appreciate all of you for just being the wonderful people that you are. Again, like I said, we'll be in the Discord right after this. It is you know, and I say this all the time, you know, about the privilege, about the honor, about the pleasure. But it truly is. And like I said, as I'm, you know, getting back in my groove here, there's a lot of things, man. If you got something going on in your life that you enjoy and you appreciate and that you fuck with, man, maximize that shit. Don't take it for granted. Go all in, because you just never know when that thing can change, when that thing can be, you know, taken from you, or, you know, it may no longer be available for whatever reasons. But if you have a passion about something, if you have something, like I say, that you're into, that you enjoy, man, go all the way in, go 100%. Don't take anything for granted, because we live in a, you know, we're used to a lot of it, but life is very fragile. And I'm not even talking about death necessarily, even though that happens often. But what I mean is just that, you know, things change overnight. You know, you wake up tomorrow, you got the corona, you know, you're done. So, but my thing is, you know, I want y'all to appreciate, you know what I'm saying, y'all's lives. I want y'all to just maximize everything you got going. And I appreciate you all for being a part of this community. I thank y'all. And tomorrow, well, y'all have to find out what we're talking about tomorrow. But with that even being said, socials, do I socials, Heidi? I guess, let me, I don't know, do I have some socials? I don't think I do. What I got right here? Let me see. Good job, Larry. I've been listening to a lot of Larry June lately, and he has the funniest fucking ad libs to me, and they've got me, because it's like in certain little songs and there's more up tempo shit. There's this little fucking voice, and he's like, "Good job, Larry. Keep going, Larry." And that shit is so fucking funny to me. But I feel it, like I feel it, like it has its own little meaning, or what, I don't know what his intention for, but to me it makes sense. But the fucking, oh yeah, that's definitely Sweet Thing come out of nowhere. You know what they call sweet things? It's like the fucking cookies that you get, because it used to be like, you used to get like fucking different snacks. Like I know last time I was going, now you get cookies with everything. But you know, it is but you know, it's all good. I fucks with y'all. But I thank y'all. All right, let me stop rambling. We're getting to Discord. I'll catch y'all in there. Great show, Den folk. All of you wonderful people. With that being said, I'm going to produce DeMarkey, late as always. That's it. Fucking. I follow DeMarkey on the IG just to talk shit to him. Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram, Ed Honcho HTX on Twitter, on the Facebooks, Den Show Live. All the links are in the description below. For those who don't know, the reason why Sweet Thing, aka Female Pimp, is anti-Discord is because she got punked up out the Discord, couldn't hang with the big dogs. The puppy had to get put back on the porch. So don't listen to Sweet Pimp or Female Thing, whatever the name is. But y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Until next time. You already know, DeMarkey. You tricking off your pistachios, Sweet Thing, as we speak. Look, y'all ain't got to go home. I'm inviting y'all to the Discord. But y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. I'm gone.